Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled atop a mountain, lived a humble man who served a wealthy businessman. Each day, this man had the duty of bringing water up the mountain from a river far below. It wasn't just a chore, it was his purpose, his way of contributing something meaningful to the world. Though he lived alone, his heart was full of warmth because helping someone gave his life value. He used a long wooden pole balanced across his shoulders with a bucket tied to each end. Every day he would walk down to the river, fill both buckets with water, and carry them up the hill. One of the buckets was perfect. It carried all the water without spilling a drop. But the other bucket had a crack. By the time they reached the top, it was only half full. This routine continued for years. Every day, the cracked bucket felt ashamed. It could only deliver half the water, and that made it feel like a failure. Compared to the flawless bucket, it seemed useless. One day, as they were climbing the hill, the cracked bucket spoke. "I'm so sorry. Because of my flaw, you have to work twice as hard. I lose half the water on the way. I'm useless." The water bearer smiled kindly and said, "On our way back today, I want you to look at the path on your side." As they walked down the hill, the cracked bucket noticed the trail on its side was lined with beautiful, colourful flowers. The other side was dry and barren. When they reached the bottom, the man said, "Did you notice the flowers on your side of the path? I knew about your crack, so I planted flower seeds along your side. Every day as we walked up, you watered them. For years now, I've been able to pick these flowers to decorate the home of my master. Without you, just as you are, this beauty wouldn't exist." The cracked bucket was speechless. The very flaw it thought made it a burden was actually a blessing. And so the cracked bucket learned to see itself not as broken, but as beautifully unique, with a hidden purpose no one had recognized. But the story didn't end there. One day, a villager approached the water bearer and said, "The flowers on the path smell so wonderful. We started a small flower shop with them. Now we have a new source of income." Soon, the entire village began to bloom with life. Children started learning about plants and nature. The women of the village began making environmentally friendly decorations from the flowers. All of this traced back to one cracked bucket and the care of one thoughtful man. The cracked bucket was no longer just a vessel. It had become a source of inspiration. Its perceived weakness had sparked a transformation.